are still doing paper 1 that we have taken for a quick checkpoint. We are done with question number 1 and we are also done with question number 2. Now let us move on to question number 3. Before that, a quick recap on the previous session. It was about subject-verb agreement. And in today's session, we will learn something about question tags. You all would have heard of this concept of question tags. Question tags is to get a confirmation and to get an emphasis. It's a kind of flowery language usage that we do, don't we? Exactly. The don't we that I use right now is one of the question tags. Now, to understand question tags in written format, you should understand the positive and negative sentence types. Basically, positive is something that can be done. Negative is something cannot be done, right? So that's just an example with can and cannot. Similarly, here, I want you to first find out the modal verb. I hope you all know what modal verbs are. If you want to know more about modal verbs, do not get confused with any kind of concepts. Now, here in the sentence, the modal verb is ought to. If I ask you if it is a positive or a negative sentence, you could definitely say that it is a positive sentence because it is ought to and it is not ought not to. If I add a not here, it becomes a negative sentence. But so far, it is not a negative sentence. It is only a positive sentence because there is no not. Keeping that in mind, whenever in question tags, you have a positive sentence, your question tag will be a negative tag. And vice versa. So if there is a negative modal verb that is used in your question, your answer will have a positive tag. If I say, I can read books, the question tag will be, can't I? Now, looking at this, I hope now you would have clearly understood how to select the answer for question tag based questions. Now let's do this question. We have has, shall, could, and should. If you look at has, it's not a modal verb, so eliminate it. So we have shall, could, and should. Looking at shall and could, where do we use it and why do we use it? Looking at should, where do we use it and why do we use it? Why am I taking should separately is because ought to is a commanding thing. It's like a rule. Similarly, should is also a rule or a command. So when this modal verb is used, and in the question we have ought to, then it is very clear that shouldn't will be the right answer. Always remember, if there is a positive modal verb used in your question, the question tag should be negative. And so we have added NT, that is the contraction of not. Thank you, and we will meet in the next session with the other question in the question paper.